See this picture of these football players here. This young team, the Mariana Cougars, and my friend Maurice coached that team. But I'm going to do a sketch of these young football players, and the technique that I'm going to use is one that I use a lot, and it's really helpful to get your drawing skills just really on track. This really helps your eye-hand coordination, and it's called contour drawing. There's actually three different kinds of contour drawing. This type that I'm going to be doing, I get a chance to look at the picture and then look at my drawing, and look at the picture and look at my drawing, and back and forth and back and forth. The one stipulation about contour drawing, and you'll notice it as you watch me draw, is that once you put that pencil down and you start drawing, you can't pick the pencil up. That's right. Don't pick the pencil back up off of the paper. And basically, what you're doing here, if I can try to give you a picture of it so you can understand, you got the picture that you're drawing from either in your hand, or you have a model that you're looking at, or a landscape. Well, imagine that what you're looking at is underneath the paper you're drawing on, and you're actually tracing something. You know, if you trace something, you're exact and you're pretty careful, and you're trying to get it right the first time. You're trying to trace lines that you see. Well, this contour drawing is kind of like tracing, but you don't have the paper under you. So again, it's not the chicken scratchy sketching. It's not that loose circular motion that you have with your wrist and your elbow, like when you're doing quick sketching. Look at how I'm drawing it. It's slow and methodical, and I'm trying to be as exact as I can. I'm trying to match the lines that I see on that picture on my piece of paper, and I'm trying to get it pretty close to right the first time. That's an exercise that teaches you how to be careful, teaches you how to make the lines right. And the more you do this, the better and better you get at looking at a picture or an object or a scene and knowing about where you should place that line right away. You don't have to do a whole bunch of guessing or a whole bunch of erasing. You're going to get better and better at placing those lines where they need to go, and guessing how long they are, or how wide they are, or how far it goes into the center or out from the center, or how large the helmet, for example. How big is this helmet supposed to be in order for me to get it to fit along with the other guys? So once you've got one, in this case, football player done, now all of the other football players that you draw are going to help you and give you relationships so that you can be accurate in placing the other ones. And the way you do that is you look for relationships in the picture. You look for things like if you've got a tall guy and a short guy. Well, once you draw the tall guy, and now you want to draw the short guy, and you see that the top of the short guy's helmet comes up to the tall guy's elbow, for example, then now you know that that's where you're going to place that guy's helmet, and then you can draw him accordingly. So if you go all the way down and you see that he's a little bit closer, so his feet go further down than the tall guy's does. Well, you have those relationships throughout the picture to help you place things where they need to be so that your drawing can be accurate. Because again, it's like you're tracing, and it's like you say, I've only got one time to get this right. So if you're watching me, I'm carefully looking and trying to place shapes and lines. So I draw that shoulder. I want to make it as wide or as thin as it is the first time, not have to go back over it again. How far down does that arm go? And you see that the bottom of the hand on the arm I just drew goes down to about the shirt line, the bottom of the shirt line of that football player to the left of him. And then as you keep drawing, You're just very careful, very methodical, like you're tracing. So take the time and look at the lines that you're drawing on your picture first. You want to get the direction. So look at that leg. See the direction the leg is going is very different than the direction that all of the other legs are going. That one's moved back like he's trying to take a step or something, or leaning on one foot or on one leg. And you notice whenever I'm ready to go somewhere else, I don't pick the pencil up. I just lightly trace back over all of my lines to get to where I'm going. Now, if I wanted to go from right where I'm at all the way back down to those legs I just drew, I could just draw a straight line through those people straight down there if I wanted to. The key is that you don't pick the pencil up. Can you see the discipline that forces you to learn? The discipline and the training that it gives your brain to be in control, to be methodical and thoughtful. A lot of my students, I look at them and 7, 8, 10, 20, 30 times, they keep forgetting and they keep picking the pencil up. But the more we do this, 10, 15 sessions down the road, now they're going through the whole drawing and they never even think once about picking up the pencil. That's just showing that the training is working, that you're learning to control your brain, control your eye-hand coordination, and work it all together to be better at placing your lines and your shapes on the paper. And that's what this is all about. We want to become better draftsmen. We want to be better artists. We want to be able to draw better. And in order to draw better, you have to see better. This is an exercise in seeing. You are forced to look at something and then try to mimic it with a pencil the first time. So just watch me as I continue to work this. You see, I'm going back around all my lines to get to another spot, to fill in something that I left out. And you leave it out on purpose. You get to drawing one section. It doesn't matter whether you skip over something or not. You just know that something else that I need to draw is over here. So let me go back over there and fill it in now. What I'm doing is I draw the things that are going to be the easiest for me and make it easier for me to find, excuse me, make it easier for me to relate to things that are harder. So if you've got a person that's mostly hidden and you can't see very much of them, I want to draw the person that I can see fully first, and then go back and draw the halfway hidden person around the person that I can see fully. So you see when I'm drawing those lines, as I go through the people, I kind of lighten up on the pressure on my pencil and then darken up on the pressure on it when I am on the ground. So that's contour drawing, kind of semi-blind, but you get a chance to look at the picture and then you get a chance to look back at what you're drawing, back and forth, back and forth. You just don't pick the pencil up. That's a no-no. Practice that several times, lots of different subjects. You'll be amazed at your results. You want to notice the shapes. Look how clean my lines are. Not the chicken scratchy where you do a little, do a little, do a little. You just want to be deliberate with your lines. These lines look like they were traced over something. Not that it looks exactly like the picture, but if you're tracing something, you go ahead and you deliberately just draw the line straight through. Like you know the line is there. And so you look at the flow of it, and I didn't pick the pencil up not once. Remind yourself not to pick up the pencil.